What about Article 1? It says this: the chiefs of the Confederation of United Tribes and the other chiefs who have not joined the Confederation cede to the Queen of England forever the entire sovereignty of their country. Here in Article 1, the chiefs ceded sovereignty completely and forever. What does this mean? It means Maori handed over the complete control of their country to the British forever. Entire means entire, all of it. Not partial control, but entire control. Not the British only ruling over the British, but ruling over all citizens, including all Maori. Again, this is according to the plain reading of the treaty. When Maori talk of establishing a dual government, they are trashing their 1840 elders, breaching the treaty, and ought to be charged with treason, for this is what it is. So how do we know for certain that Maori ceded sovereignty? Well, in 1843, inside the British Parliament, in a 3-day sitting on the question of New Zealand, Lord Stanley reported to his fellow MPs, he said, quote, "It was an historical fact that in 1840 the Crown had asserted sovereignty over New Zealand, and that consequently it was incontrovertible," that's a key word, "that all of New Zealand and all of its persons inhabiting its territory lay within the dominion of the Crown," unquote. The dictionary defines the word incontrovertible as not open to question, indisputable. Conclusion: anyone who claims Maori did not cede sovereignty is living in denial, which is not just a river in Egypt. The Treaty of Waitangi superseded Hei Whakaputanga 1835. Interestingly, the British in 1840 sought out all the chiefs who signed Hei Whakaputanga, or the Declaration of Independence 1835, making sure they signed the Treaty of Waitangi. In other words, if the chiefs attained sovereignty in 1835, a fact disputed by historians, they ceded it to the British in the treaty 5 years later. On what authority do we say this? Well, renowned historian Dr. Matthew Wright says the Declaration of Independence was accepted by the Colonial Office to the extent that its signatories were sought out and collected for the Treaty of Waitangi, which superseded it. Here is another quote from Siraparana Ngata. New Zealand's greatest Maori also affirmed that Maori ceded sovereignty when he said, "Let me say one thing. Clause 1 of the treaty handed over the mana and sovereignty of New Zealand to Queen Victoria and her descendants forever."